Hello, welcome back to 1111 Oracle, and I'm here with another pick a card reading. This is another love reading, but this is for all of you who are looking for love, who are single and who are just wondering who you are going to attract, who is coming towards you, what your next relationship will be like, what the person will be like, things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the crystals. So for crystal number 1, this is black tourmaline. Crystal number 2, we have selenite. Crystal number 3, we have smoky quartz. And crystal number 4, we have moonstone. So once again, that was 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, let's get right into the reading for number 1 with black tourmaline. So right away, I can tell you that the relationship you're pulling, you are someone who is looking for stability. You are someone, you'd be surprised. Not everybody is looking for stability, or sometimes people think that they're ready for a relationship, but subconsciously they're looking for something lighthearted, right? They may fool themselves into saying, oh, I'm ready, because they just want to fill that gap. But this is not the case for you. I'm getting that you are someone, you've been there, done that. You've had your fair share of relationships with people who are not serious. And you're looking for something serious. You're looking to possibly settle down, or you are just looking for something long-term, committed, and stable. Okay, you're looking for a life partner, and you're looking for someone possibly to help you ground your own energy and to help you, work, think of teamwork. You want someone to balance you out. Okay, so let's go ahead and shuffle the cards and pull out 4 for you. So here are the cards, and I'm going to go ahead and shuffle them in front of the camera. I'm not the most elegant shuffer, but it doesn't really matter because all that matters is the message, as you can see. All right, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Awkward in front of the camera, but I'll do my best, okay? Shuffling the cards for you. Okay, 1, 2, 3. This one's like, me too. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and show those cards to you first, and then I will place them on their little stumpies. Okay, so you have the, just want to make sure that you can see that properly. You have the 9 of Pentacles. Okay. And go ahead and see if you can intuit your own information, especially if you do read cards yourself. This is not just about my insight, it's also about your insight. But I'm happy to give you mine. 10 of Cups, 4 of Swords, King of Cups. Nice. Okay, let's see. King of Cups. 9 of Pentacles. Let's move that around. 10 of Cups. 4 of Swords. Oh, I'm hearing it already. Poor you. You have been waiting for this one. You're like, when is he arriving already? Okay, sorry. I'm just trying to arrange my stumpies are not perfect, but There we go. All right. So, what is this one all about? You have a really, really, really nice relationship coming into your life, I just have to say. Number one, it looks like with the Four of Swords, you have been waiting a long time. You have been feeling very alone. You have maybe been in relationships where even if you were in the relationships and you thought you hit it off, you were putting all of your eggs in that basket and you were hoping for the best. It just didn't pan out the way you wanted it to. And I feel the heaviness. I just have to say with this reading right away, I'm overcome with this sense of heaviness, which is something that you possibly feel or you have been feeling a lot. It's just this feeling of frustration. You are just looking around you at some of the other relationships and you're saying, I know who I am. I've done a lot of work on myself. I am ready to give my whole heart. I'm ready to be stable. I don't want anything flimsy. When is the wait period going to be over? I keep hearing this pressing anxiety of when is the wait going to be over? When is it going to be over? And it's a very overwhelming, frustrating feeling. And, we've all been there and I totally get it. The good news though, is the person coming into your life is someone who is going to appear just like your dream guy or your dream girl. I'm getting the King of Cups, or more likely than not. I'm thinking of picking up a more male-oriented energy. Although that being said, I'm going to say masculine energy because we all have a mixture of feminine and masculine qualities to us anyway. Speaking of mixture of feminine and masculine qualities, this male I shouldn't say that, this primarily masculine energy, you can say, coming into your life is going to also have a good amount of feminine qualities. So if it is a guy, for instance, that you're attracting into your life, then this guy is going to be, very in touch with his inner woman, with his feminine nature, with his feminine side. And this is a really good thing because he is going to be just very, number one, I see him being very giving, very generous, very lighthearted. I see him being the life of the party. I see him just being very sensitive to your emotions and your needs. You're thinking like, hallelujah, this is what I've always wanted. And it does seem too good to be true, I'm hearing, if you're tuning in. But I want to remind you that, you have the power to bring this person in with your own positive manifestations. And we'll get to that in a minute. On the flip side, if this is a woman, may have more masculine qualities to her in the sense of just personality traits. But I'm just going to use the pronoun they. Either way, the person you are bringing in is very in touch with their feminine side. Very intuitive, very sensitive to emotions, very sensitive to others, very observant of other people and their emotions. Very kind, giving, generous person. Very popular as well. So the person you're attracting into your life is just this kind of a popular personality, very beloved in the community. You may know someone like this already if there is someone within your community or with your friend group that fits this description. But basically this person is going to be popular because they are such a kind of magnanimous personality, very extroverted personality. They exude this laid back, fun quality to them that just draws other people in. You're coming to the end of a cycle. I want to point that out. You're coming to the end of a cycle. The cycle being a cycle of, being in the wrong relationships for you, being with people who are not meant for you type of thing, being with people who don't match you, being with people who don't serve you, who don't serve your highest good, who don't make you feel good. And you're coming into the end of this cycle of just being alone, so to speak, quote unquote. Okay? You're coming into this beautifully positive cycle cycle of joy and happiness and wish fulfillment. Now, I didn't get the Nine of Cups, and that would be more wish fulfillment. Ten of Cups is the way I interpret Ten of Cups, especially if you can see, there's some clouds in the corners there. I see the Ten of Cups being this wonderfully the celebration period, the graduation, which is interesting because it's placed right next to the Nine of Cups, or sorry, Nine of, but perhaps because I slipped up and said that, that is the indication that yes, you will get your wish, okay? The Nine of Pentacles, on the other hand, often symbolizes completions and, the end of a cycle. If you think in numerological terms, if you are interested in this, I find this always helpful to find out what kind of a year I'm going to have. You can go in and calculate your personal year number. In numerology, anywhere online, just you put in your birth information and stuff like that, and then you're going to get year 1 all the way to year 9. For example, for me, I'm in a year 4. Okay, year 4 is about building, stability, foundation. Okay, building something. All right. For you, you may be in a personal year 9. And it would be interesting if you can comment down below and tell me, hey, I actually am in a year 9 right now. If you're in a year 9, this means you are completing this life cycle. But whether you are or you are not, you are ending a cycle or phase in your life, one that had got you feeling by yourself and lonely and wondering, hey, where is my partner? Where is this, guy, girl? Where is this person who just completes me? You're looking for that, teamwork. And for some reason I'm hearing, I don't want someone to complete me. I want someone to complement me. And yes, you are right. Just throwing out an expression that is a common expression. And if it doesn't apply to you and you prefer the idea of compliment, I can see why you would. You're a fairly independent person. And so, you're independent, and in the past you've given, but then you've been a lot of times with people who are more dependent on you or just took and they didn't give much back. The relationship you're coming into now with this person is going to be more equal, where this person will respect you, respect where you're coming from, your intelligence, your qualities, and I'm hearing they will be very drawn to your eyes for some reason. They may comment on your eyes when you meet them. Comment down below if that happens, and that would be interesting to see that coming true. But basically, you have this beautiful relationship on the horizon, and I could take a look at the cards to see more or less timing for you, but I generally don't like to do timing with the cards because, that kind of sets a limit and a condition in our minds, but I can tell you, maybe give a little indication of when this relationship is coming in if you are interested. So let's shuffle the cards and find that out. Oh, sorry, I want to do it in front of you. Timing, when is this person coming in? Okay, this one just popped out and really wants to. So Aries season, springtime, March, April. That may or may not resonate. This card popped up as well. There are many messages. The main message is, this will be successful no matter what, and don't worry so much about the timing at the end of the day, because this person is coming into your life at full force. Consider this: you may be ready for them, they may not be completely ready for you, and you want to meet when you're both aligned. And so, that would be interesting if they do come in through Aries season, March, April. Could be more or less around that time, but springtime I'm getting, and yeah, definitely just a reminder with the fire energy there, beginnings and fire. Beginning and fire, well, I think of Aries once again, because Aries is a fire sign, and it's the baby of the zodiac. You may be attracting, and you may be in Aries, or you may be attracting an Aries, but I'm getting that this person is actually going to have a lot of, kind of a water sign. I'm getting a very Cancer feel, actually, from the person that you're drawing in. It could be a Pisces, could be Scorpio. I'm not really getting that Scorpio kind of vibe, but hey, the person could be whatever they are in their sun sign, but they just have a lot of other influences within their birth chart. And I am getting a lot, a Cancer feel, very loving, very mothering, very nurturing to the people around him, her, friends, family, including you. This person will be very doting on you, very, considerate, and respectful and sensitive and intuitive and all the things that you need in order to balance your beautiful, independent, strong energy out. Okay. So you have a beautiful relationship coming towards you, and I just feel like this is a big cherry on top for you, possibly for some of you who are wondering if it's happening or not. And I hope that resonates, and I hope you're excited, because your cycle is coming to an end. The cycle of being alone, of loneliness for some, the cycle of drawing in people who are not necessarily meant for you. This is coming to an end, because you are now starting to be more clear on your intentions and valuing yourself. And you have a lot of good fortune coming your way through this relationship. And on a side note, more likely than not, you will meet this person at a social gathering or some kind of social circumstance. I mean, that seems, that's pretty common anyway, to meet someone at some kind of a social circumstance, social gathering. That may not necessarily be true, but I do believe that it's going to be true for many of you tuning in. Either way, you are going to meet this person soon, it looks like, right? So not too far off. I would recommend just taking the time to fall in love with yourself right now. The more you fall in love with yourself, the more you feed yourself with good vibrations, good thoughts, good feelings, the more you're going to higher your own personal vibration, and the more you become an attractive partner, I suppose, because people feel energy, whether they are aware of that or not. And people can feel, if you're feeling desperate, or if you're feeling calm and grounded, or if you're feeling confident. So the more you just turn the focus, flip that back to you, the more you're going to heighten your own personal energetic frequency and vibration. And people with a higher frequency attract positivity towards them. You do that with cleaning your thoughts, cleaning, your emotions, taking care of the negative feelings by grounding yourself, spending time in nature, sleeping well, watching your favorite movie, doing things that make you laugh. Laugh a lot. Laugh, laugh, laugh. Laughing is a great way to increase your vibration and get into a good mood and a good place. And you'll find that the less you focus so intently on drawing this person in, the more fluid your journey will be until you meet them. And you're going to meet them when you least expect it. You're going to meet them when, I'm getting that you might have an intuition before you go somewhere, that you're just going to feel something like, I feel that I'm going to meet someone. You have a good intuition and instinct in the moment of when you're about to meet certain people, or you just have this clear knowing all of a sudden. You may resonate with that link, comment down below if you do. But basically, you have a great partner coming up. The more you let it go, let it flow, and focus on yourself, just to make, bring up your positive vibration, the more closely you're going to draw that person in. You might even speed up the process possibly. But for most of you, I see March, April Don't quote me on that. If you meet that person sooner, it may just be that you're raising your vibration to a wonderful degree, but do it for yourself. Don't do it for the other person. Your significant other will be drawn to you because of your positive vibe and positive energy. They will be pretty high vibrational themselves, just like you. So that was a gorgeous reading. It would be so appreciative if you did like the video, if you can like, comment, share with your friends, and of course, subscribe. That helps me out as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you watching the video. I just would like to put that out there right away. And I'm very excited for you in your future romance. Thank you for tuning in. Hello, number 2. So welcome, number 2. And I am going to now shuffle your cards and we're going to get some insight. I'm trying to remember, because now that I'm doing the reading, I'm trying to remember what crystal you have. But I think it was selenite, wasn't it? Selenite cube. Watch your energy, I'm just getting. You can get down in the dumps very easily. And unfortunately, to a potential significant other coming through, by getting too hard on yourself and down on yourself, what you'll end up doing is you'll put a block in front of you, and you will block that potential of that person coming in. Just a quick message for you before we shuffle the cards. Okay, I'm going to shuffle the cards now, and we are going to pull out 4. One, 2, 3. That was easy. And 4. We have a choice, but just an extra one, perhaps. Ooh, we're going to leave that on the side. Okay, and I will show that one to you in a bit, but you have a lot of cards that want to come through, a lot of messages for you. So I'm going to I'm going to show you the cards first for the guy that you're drawing in, or the girl that you're drawing in. Okay, you have the Knight of Swords. You have the Ace of Wands. You have the Page of Wands. You have Justice. And you have the 3 of Swords. Let's take a look. There's something that you're doing that's kind of detrimental to your well-being. Oh, there's so many cards here. Okay, so I'm going to go over the 2 that popped, the 2 extras first before I go into the main message of the cards, okay? And I'm getting a random message to switch a card up. I'm going to put Justice here, and I'm going to show you the 3 of Swords. Now, I'm going to tell you 3 of Swords can indicate some kind of a break, all right away. You may have been through a recent breakup. And definitely have had your heart broken more than once, I'm getting. But there's something very recent that you went through, and you're hoping for a new relationship right away. Okay, this is the person that you just broke up with, if this resonates with you. Okay, and if it's not someone you just broke up with, it could just be someone that you liked but rejected you. Okay, if you weren't in an actual relationship, it's either someone that you just broke up with, or it's someone that you thought there was something, you thought there was a possibility, but they just sort of totally cut you off. Now, I want to tell you something about this person. You have a tendency, and you may have been told this before, you do have a tendency to idealize certain people. You get easily persuaded by maybe their appearances or some words that they tell you. I want you to think about grounding yourself a little bit more, because this kind of person that broke up with you or that rejected you, I was not someone who was necessarily very into you from the beginning. And it's not personal. You know, if you're thinking, you may be the kind of person who's like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? You know, why can't I attract, you know, a person? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? It's you know, of course we can always take ownership for what we do and how we execute decisions. It's not the right mentality to say what is wrong with me. It's more a question. I'm going to show you both cards just so you can get your own intuitive feel of them. It's not so much of a question of what is wrong with me, okay? It's a question of what am I doing, you know, what are some of the thoughts that I'm thinking, or what are the things that, how do I treat myself? What is my relationship with myself? I'm just going to kind of put these guys in the background here as well. So the thing to understand about relationships, and not just romantic relationships, but all kinds of relationships, okay? Relationships act as mirrors, okay? Hear me out. People you meet in your life will treat you the way that you allow them to treat you. That means if someone crosses the line and you continue to allow them to cross the line, and you continue to give to them, and you say, well, if I keep giving, and if I keep being nice, and I keep acting the way they want me to be, well, maybe they'll come around. Well, you know, that's not how it works. That will actually, what that will do is that will lower your vibration. You will go against your own authenticity. And ultimately, even if you do stick with that person, it's going to be temporary, because that person will eventually get tired of being with someone who is not authentic. Now, I'm not giving that person, you know, more credence to say that, hey, they had the right to leave or reject you. I mean, people are allowed to do what they want. There's such thing as free will. There are people who have liked you, and you have not liked them back. Okay. Think of it this way. Number one, you are not a vibrational match, and that relationship would not have given you anything to help you grow as a person. We come to live this life to grow. And if the relationships around you can't help you grow, then they're not going to serve you. You understand? Now back to the thing about relationships being mirrors. A relationship is a mirror, reflects back to us on the things that we need to clean up within ourselves. For instance, if you are a person who comes into contact with people who are just not interested, or maybe even toxic to a certain degree, or you feel that they rush into your life and rush out and take advantage, or there's some abandonment, you know, stuff going on where they just leave, you may ask yourself, what sort of patterns are you repeating from your own childhood, relationships when you were growing up that you saw, that you are now kind of repeating in the relationships that you attract towards you? That's a hard message to hear. Can be cringeworthy for some of you because, you know, or trigger worthy, right? But the thing that you need to know is that if you do want to go forward and grow, I rhymed unintentionally. I'm a walking Dr. Seuss, everybody. So the thing that you need to know in order to grow is that you also have to take ownership of your own personal healing. And sometimes when someone breaks up with us or someone rejects us, it is the best thing that could happen to us. It's like a blessing in disguise, because it forces us to reflect and it forces us to analyze, okay, what is going for me, all right, and what is not? And what do I need to do to introspect and reflect on to change my outside world? So your outside world and your relationships are only a reflection. Okay, this is hard for a lot of people to hear, but it's true. They're a reflection. I mean, not 100% true. Take anything with a grain of salt, of course. Reflection of what's going inside. As above, so below, as outside. I don't know if that's a thing. As without, so within. There's a quote. Sorry about that. My doggy just passed by my tripod. He made it move, shake. Maybe that was like a mini tower moment shake for you. A mini trigger what? Pay attention to that message. I think that's what my doggy was trying to say. My doggy's shaking the tripod because he's like, pay attention to that message. I'm going to repeat it again. As above, so below. As without, so within. You need to go within in order to heal what's outside. If you don't do that, then the past will keep repeating itself, and you will not get into, the relationship that you want. Your relationship, the most important relationship, and I know you're not going to necessarily be happy hearing this, but the most important relationship that you can have is with yourself. And I'm sorry to get kind of preachy here, but you are going to be with yourself your whole life up until the very end, and continued, because there really is no end. But so that means you're going to be with yourself forever, right? That can be a scary thought for a lot of people. A lot of people try to run away from themselves. And I'm feeling that sometimes you have a tendency to escape into other relationships, into other people, not just romantically, but friendships as well, or the things around you, try to distract yourself. A lot of people do this. A lot of people do this. So this is not unique to you. Again, there's nothing wrong with you. This is just a signal that, hey, how do I take care of myself more? How do I heal those patterns, that conditioning that has got you trapped, got you stuck, got you heartbroken again and again? So it's not so much it's your fault and there's something wrong with you. No, quite the opposite. The universe is all about love. The universe is not about punishing you. No one is punishing you, okay? I'm hearing some of you may be religious and you're saying, why am I being punished? You're not being punished. No one's punishing you. That's not how it works. I don't know what you were told growing up, but that's not how things work. The only person punishing you is yourself. And my question to you is, why are you not doing the healing work that you need to do, which takes time, yes? Now the good thing to say is, once you start the healing work and you have the intention of putting love into yourself, falling back in love with yourself, I know it sounds weird, but seriously, when I was single, I would do things like that. I would say, I'm in a relationship, kindle that flame with myself, and how as weird as it sounds or whatever, it gave me a lot of confidence, and not arrogance, not cockiness. There's a difference. Grounded confidence and understanding that I'm a person and I'm deserving of love, and that love has to come from me first. No one can give you the love that you seek. You must give yourself that love first. Once you start doing that, everything else outside will fall into place and will balance itself out. Now, I'm going to get into your main message because I've talked a lot about all this preachy advice here. And I want to say that you need to look at the people who are attracted to you in your life. And you have to discern with your intuition by connecting to your feeling when you're around this person, even if they're attracted to you and attractive. Does it feel good to be around them, or does it feel icky? Okay? Don't get swayed by the physical appearance. That's temporary anyway. And all of that can be kind of an illusion at the end of the day to the person that they really are. Anyone could present themselves to be anything on the outside. That doesn't mean that just because you present yourself to be nice and good and happy and fun and easygoing that you really are. So you have to take a look at each individual that you do see and determine, how do I feel around this person? Do I feel good? And if you have trouble doing that in the moment, I sometimes do, take it home and think about it. That person that I met today, did that person make me feel good? Did that person make me feel bad? I mean, they were attractive and they said all the nice things, but I don't know. So you got to weigh the pros and cons. And don't ignore that feeling, because if you do ignore that feeling will only grow, and life will eventually take a big pot and smack you over the head and say, hey, we warned you. All right? Don't play the victim. We warned you in advance. So I'm getting, for some of you, that's an important message. Now, I want to put a lot of love into this message. You're hard on yourself, and you always say, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Like I said again, and I will say it again and again, there is nothing wrong with you. The other advice here is, if you were recently in a relationship and you recently broke up, probably not a wise idea to rush into another relationship. Because what happens is, if you rush into another relationship right after one ends, you're not giving yourself the time to heal, to properly grieve, as uncomfortable as it is. Grieving is a part of the healing process. Now, it's not a woe is me crying night and day. That's not what I mean about grieving. Grieving is just honoring the relationship that left, honoring the feeling of sadness, and then also learning to move on, and I recommend doing the things that you love, getting that you have these creative endeavors and pursuits that you ignore sometimes because you don't feel good. Well, when you don't feel good, you should be putting your energy into your creative pursuits even more, because they will help you move more quickly through the healing process. And you will only get to the light at the end of the tunnel if you go through the tunnel first. Yes, the light is there at the end of the tunnel, but the tunnel is still there. Don't forget about the tunnel. And the tunnel is important. Nothing to worry about. You are safe. You are loved. Okay? By your spirit guides, by your family, by your friends, by the universe. Even if you don't believe it's true, you are loved. There is a love around you. Okay? You get messages all the time. Pay attention to those messages. I'm hearing if birds come near you, pay attention to the messages that they bring. They bring love with them. Okay? To cheer your day. A stray cat. Put it in perspective too of other people who are worse off than you. There is always someone worse off than you. And if you just put this into perspective, you're going to help alleviate some of the tension for yourself, and be grateful for the good around you. So as far as love coming in, there is, basically I see two possibilities. One person is charming and gregarious, and you get a rush of adrenaline when you're around them, and you're very attracted to this person. The other person is more seemingly quiet on the outside, and seemingly more kind of less exciting, but don't get it twisted, because that person is the Page of Wands. Wands representing fire. So as far as, an intimate relationship with this person has a lot of fire energy behind closed doors, if you know what I mean. Just have to point that out. So ultimately, the decision is yours. You have to weigh out these possibilities and say, how do I feel around this person? And before you do that, take the time to reflect, take the time to honor yourself, and honor the process before you are fully, and you don't have to be fully, because healing is a lifelong journey. But before you feel, okay, I've done enough reflecting and I've let the sadness go, now it's time to move on and I'm ready to make a decision. But until then, don't forget to delve in to the healing process. Don't feel frightened about the tunnel, because even if you can't see that there is light, you know that the light is there. The tunnel doesn't last forever, and you will get to the other side. And once you do, you're going to be coming into your own like spiritual awakening, so to speak. The light of day will feel like it's never felt before. All right? It's like, I'm trying to think of a reference. Snow White goes to sleep, or Sleeping Beauty, even better. Sleeping Beauty goes to sleep for 100 years. You're not going to sleep for 100 years. Don't worry, that's not even possible. But you know, it's an allusion to the fact that you are going to be in this period of reflection, but that period of reflection doesn't last. And once it's over, you'll be waking up, period of awakening, and your prince, your princess will be waiting for you with an open palm, and you will be ready for them. Okay? All right. I hope you like that message. Ultimately, it was very positive, but it just reminds you, your spirit guides, your higher self, just reminding you to love yourself first, take care of yourself first, and everything else will come in its own time and place. It's not like it's not going to come. It will, but you've got to be a little bit more patient with yourself and stop saying what's wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. The only thing that you need to do is spend time healing and loving yourself. Give yourself that love that you want. Be that person, embody the characteristics that you would like to see in a partner. And I promise you, you will get to that light at the end of the tunnel. And when you do, that partner that you manifested in your mind, that you envisioned in your mind, will be there. You'll both be ready for each other. Last message I just want to share is consider that this person may also be going through a similar healing journey, and they are not ready for you either. You are not ready for each other, but when you will be ready, it's going to be a beautiful awakening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, if you like this reading and it resonated, if you can like, comment, share, subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. It would really help out my channel. And I want to also say thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate your time. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, number 3 with the gorgeous smoky quartz. You may have a hard time seeing things clearly, especially when you're feeling emotionally bogged down. Smoky quartz is here to help you transmute some of the negative energies and the foggy energies that you have, so that you can then see more clearly. And I'm going to try to give you some clarity here. But just remember, when you are feeling bogged down and unclear about things, one thing I'm hearing is just breathe deeply, center yourself, close your eyes, do a guided meditation. I highly recommend it. Go out in nature, and then you will be able to think a lot more clearly. Get yourself out of the environment just to move away from physically, the energetic space that you're in. That's also going to help to clear the energy and help you get more calm and focused. Okay. All right, I'm going to shuffle the cards, and we're going to get right into your reading. I'm going to pull out 4 cards for you. person coming in, relationship, cards, come on. They're shy. All right. Interesting. 2. All right, there we are. And 3 or 4. Okay. All right, group 3, I've got your cards right here. Let's take a look at them. So this will get you to just intuitively tune in to the messages first. You have the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, what do you see? The Ace of Wands. This one keeps coming up in all of the readings. It's so interesting. And this one came up again too. The Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Okay. Interesting. I don't know why I'm getting that you expect too much of yourself sometimes. Just got a random intuition pop in my head. So take it or leave it, but that's what came through. You expect too much of yourself at times. Okay. You have a lot of just mental chatter in and out. But there's also something going on in your physical. It's very reflective in your in your physical environment. I don't know why I'm getting that people are fighting over you. You have different admirers fighting over you. If this is the case, part of the message is just to kind of chill, relax, not stress out about who to pick and just have fun with it. Your intuition will show you who's the right match for you. And you may be surprised because it may be neither of your options. But if you just kind of, I'm just getting that you should just enjoy, flirt, have fun, relax. Don't take everything so seriously. It's not, it's not that it's a game, but you know, the dating scene is difficult sometimes. So there's different options for you. You may be on a dating app and there's different options, different kinds of guys that you're interested in. And those are girls, but I'm getting more masculine energy here. And that's not to say that you can be girls with more masculine qualities to them, okay? And their personality traits, for instance. But basically, the people that you're attracting in, there's like maybe 2 possibilities in particular that are coming through and you're not sure where to go. So just kind of play it cool. Don't get too stressed out about it. All right. The right decision will come to you at the right moment when you're having fun. I don't know why that comes through, but the message is basically just go with it, just relax, just enjoy dating. As when you're having fun, you will know what the right decision is. It will just come to you when you're feeling good. What happens is when we're stressed, we tend to block our clear thinking abilities, okay? All your thoughts are sort of jumbled in your mind and you're not able to extract clear ideas and clear decisions. So your goal right now is to just really have fun. I'm hearing flaunt your sex appeal. You know, you have a lot of it. Just enjoy. Don't stress out. It's not a race to the finish line. Okay. And if you rush into a relationship, you know, it might be, oh, not the right person for you. And even if that happens, it's okay. You know, you can, no one's making you stay, right? You know what I mean? But basically, have fun. Have fun, enjoy with your friends, talking to your friends. I hear you chat a lot with your friends about the different possibilities and potentials that are around you. And continue doing that. Continue getting advice from your friends because for some reason, I don't know why, but this is pulling through just intuitively that your friends have some very sound advice if you listen to them. You don't always listen to what they have to say. You like to share things with them, but you don't always listen to what they have to say. Of course, ultimately, you have to listen to yourself, but it's very, very hard to listen to what it is that you want when you're just kind of constantly asking for opinions and I don't know, and your mind is in sort of a mental chaotic mode of, what do I do? Where do I go? Kind of thing. So just, you know, just relax, just enjoy, Just have fun. Don't take the whole thing too seriously. It's not as serious as you make it to be. Yes, relationships are important, but the right relationship cannot be rushed. I'm hearing the right relationship cannot be rushed to happen. So these couple of options that you have, go out with them a little bit more. I'm hearing that you need to just get to know these people a little bit more casually, and don't lead them on. Don't say, hey, I'm going to go out with you and then I go out with the other at the same time, because that's not fair to both parties, unless there's something consensual going on. But you want to be respectful of everybody else's feelings too. But just have fun. Go out on a few casual dates. See, okay, don't bring your checklist or anything like that. Don't be so business like about it. But just have a conversation. See where the conversation goes. What kind of a feeling do you get out of it? And as you go through this conversation, as you get more of a feel for each of the individuals that you go out and date with, the better you'll be able to place them. And when the time comes, you'll be in the middle of having fun. You won't even care about it anymore, I'm hearing. And you'll just know. It'll just be like a spontaneous thought, and you'll just feel it in your gut. So for as much as you're going back and forth, that's the frustrating thing about decisions, right? As much as you want to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and you want to, clearly outline all the pros and cons, for you, this is not going to work. The way you are going to eventually make the right decision is when you are feeling calm, relaxed, and having fun. It's so interesting. I keep saying that, but some people, it's the opposite. Some people rush into relationships and they need to do what you're doing, which is step back and think a little bit more, right? Discern. Determine pros and cons, weighing up pros and cons. For you, it's the opposite. Life is all about balance. Life tries to balance our energies out. If you're too much on one end of the spectrum, life will try to balance you out so that you have a little bit more of a healthy perspective. And essentially, you want to grow through this situation, this dating situation, by learning. Life is trying to teach you to just cool down, relax, have fun, and not be so, particular with the pros and cons and the details. You can determine the pros and cons through your conversations and see how they make you feel afterwards. But don't think too hard about it. I just keep hearing, go out, have fun, get out there. You have a lot of possibilities. You have a lot of potential suitors, admirers. You're hot stuff. So just, appreciate that about yourself. Take a deep breath, a deep sigh of relief. You will know who to pick when that lightning bolt of inspiration or decision or spontaneous, divine inspiration, so to speak, hits, and you will know what to do. That's a very clear-cut message. I don't really have too many more details for you, but I think that is all you really need to hear right now. You're good-looking, you're smart, you know your stuff, you have possibilities, you have options. Be grateful for those possibilities and options, because not everybody has possibilities and options, but you do, okay? So that's wonderful. That's wonderful to know that you do have those possibilities. Just go out, have fun, relax, enjoy your, spending time with your loved ones, enjoy spending time with yourself, because I'm hearing you are absolutely fabulous, and anybody would be lucky to have you. So recognize that you have to be lucky to have you are lucky to have yourself. You are lucky to be you, in the sense of, be grateful for the person that you are, because sometimes you don't do that. And I'm hearing, yes, I appreciate who I am. And you do appreciate. What I mean by you're not always grateful for the person that you're always like, you don't really take the time to acknowledge, I'm grateful for this gift of whatever physical appearance, because they are gifts at the end of the day. Nothing is truly ours. It's a gift given, and we need to appreciate it. The more you appreciate, the more you're grateful, the more you're going to draw in positivity towards you. And for you, the more you are grateful, the more you are having fun, within your own time and your own company, the more you are going to be in line with the right, clear, focused decision. Don't worry about it so much, because actually what you're doing with the pros and cons is just making you more and more confused. So you need to distance yourself from doing that. That's not helping you. You can do it a little bit if you want, but really, no. I'm hearing, no, don't. Just distance yourself from that kind of thinking and processing. Right? It works in business, it works in different aspects of our lives, but love is not a business. Even though you may feel like you need to carry out this dating scene as like a business, like an interview, it is and it isn't. Okay. This is an exchange, this is a partnership, but it's so much more. You're looking for a friend, you're looking for someone who can just be with you emotionally speaking. You don't necessarily look for those things in a business relationship, okay? It's a very different arena, okay? When we deal with the right side of our brain, intuition, emotions, versus, logic and structure where you would deal with in a business. Partnership involves emotions and intuition and all of that kind of stuff. Therefore, the right side of the brain says, yeah, that whole, interview thing doesn't work. Doesn't work here. Doesn't work for us, right? So you have to remember that, and just to have fun and to relax, and you will know. When the time is right, that person will be there, and like a lightning bolt, but they will be there so long as you have fun first. You get into that space of relaxation. All right? Laughter. Make sure you laugh a lot. Okay? And do things that make you smile. So, have fun, laugh, relax. You will attract the right person. I don't need to describe your right person, because that is also for you going to put some conditions and limits, because you're the type of person that if I do that, you're going to go out looking for that person, and that might limit you because it might not be the right person at the end of the day, and then you're going to treat it even more like a business and like, okay, now I have to look for this, right? Nope. You are supposed to know when the time is right. That's nice. I like that. Everything will happen as it should, when it should. So if you like the reading and it resonated, I would so appreciate if you can, drop me a like, comment, share with your friends, and subscribe to my channel, as that would really help me out. And I look forward to bringing you more videos. And I just want to say thank you so much for listening to this video in the first place. I really appreciate your time and energy. See you later. All right. Number 4. You have Moonstone. Moonstone, this group, I'm hearing you guys tend to idealize the perfect Mr. Right, Mrs. Right, or Ms. Right, whatever. Don't do that, because you'll be surprised. The person you are looking for is not someone you can find in a picture book. This is not going to be the perfect person, because the perfect person doesn't exist. So you need to get a little bit your head out of the clouds with that, and ground yourself in reality. You might be surprised, because the person you're going to attract is going to be in so many ways so much better than the person that you are, the fictional person you are imagining that does not exist. Okay? If you keep fantasizing about this non-existent person, you're going to block yourself from meeting the one. The one. This group may be meeting the one very soon. I'm going to shuffle the cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting, you got, I'm just getting to pick out this card, and what? This keeps coming up. It's so weird. And to put this one back, I don't know. That's just my intuition right now, just random intuition. To exchange a card. So you got the moon card, and then you got the moonstone. So that's very interesting. So again, this confirms my point. Let's see, you got the Ace of Wands. You got the Five of Wands. Yes, exactly. And you got the Page of Swords. So I'm just going to place these cards on their stumpies. All right, baby girl, baby guy. Let's take a look for you. Oh, sorry if I tripped there. I don't know if I moved the camera. My doggy decided to put himself right behind me, and I'm like squished in this very limited space. And I love him, but I might have accidentally moved the camera. If I did, I'm sorry. Okay, so yeah. You're struggling. You're feeling frustrated because you're like, where is this guy? I can visualize him. I can see him, or this girl, but I'm seeing for the most part it's a guy. It's not necessarily the case. It could be a girl, okay, with more of a masculine type of vibe. You are struggling. It's like you're struggling up a mountaintop to put all the pieces together, and you're like, I have the magic key, the magic piece, and you're like, where's the door? And there's no door because the door doesn't exist, and this key is just like, it's not what you think it is or something. I don't know. I don't think that was the greatest illusion, but I think you're going to understand what I mean by that, in the sense that, you idealize this guy, this perfect guy or girl, but the person coming towards you is going to embody qualities that you are not even thinking of. Okay, the person that is coming towards you, that's meant for you. And I keep feeling like you are going to come into alignment with the one, but first you need to let go of this magical list in your mind, because it's not serving you. It's not allowing you to really express your true inner wish, which is to find someone who brings you love and joy. You bring yourself a lot of love and joy, which is wonderful. You have to remember that the person coming in is going to be, I feel, more down to earth, more of your best friend kind of vibe. May not be as quote unquote charming and romantic as you want, but this person is going to bring you love like it's nobody's business. Let me just put that out there. Okay, there's it's almost like I'm hearing fatal attraction. Is this person bringing you in a fatal attraction? Okay, like fated, destined encounter. It's a destined encounter with someone that you are not going to expect, and this person is going to bring you more love than you can possibly imagine and hope for, beyond your wish list in your mind. Because what happens is sometimes we know what we want deep down, but then what we say we want doesn't necessarily, we don't know how to match the words. It's like subconsciously you know what you want in your subconscious, you know what you want. But on the surface, consciously, you're not fully aware of how to put that feeling or that need into words. So, and then I'm hearing that it's important to make the distinction for you, the difference between something that you need and something that you want. I feel like I'm just going to let that fly for a moment here. Take it for what it is. Sometimes life doesn't always give us what we want. Life gives us what we need. Okay, there's the message. You're struggling, but this struggle is something that you've created for yourself. You don't want someone who's going to be on a pedestal anyway. Okay, you may think you want this person, but then when they come into your life, they're going to maybe not be as grounded, not be as stable, not be as, committed, because the qualities that you want are going to sort of conflict with qualities that you need that will match the kind of person that you are, your personality, in order to have this long-term ranging personality. I'm feeling a lot of frustration with this reading. I'm feeling some kind of, but I want this, but why can't I have it? It's life is not a fairy tale. I hate to break it to you. Life is not a fairy tale. And thank goodness for that, because it is so much better than a fairy tale. And I think back to the kind of person that I imagined for myself when I was younger. And I am so glad that the person, the love of my life, is above and beyond anything that I could have put into a list. So you need to be a little bit more grounded and realistic with your expectations. You need to be a little bit more grounded and realistic with your expectations. Yeah, that's what I keep getting. And just put yourself out there, but not in a forceful way. And I don't think you do that anyway, but just be open to possibilities. What I would do is rewrite your list and put it on paper, and then ask for, I'm going to move this. What happened to my lovely display with the dream catcher? Sorry, I've been moving this around a bunch of times. You, in your list, don't include physical characteristics. Don't include things that are too particular unless they're very important to you. Put down what is very important to you. I would like someone who respects me in my space. I would like someone who I can just laugh with, who can be my best friend. I would like someone who's committed, who's long-term. I would like someone who, loves animals. I'm getting, maybe you love animals, and it's important for you to have someone who loves animals too. Put the things that matter to you the most. I would like that the person doesn't have to have exactly all the same kind of interests and likes as you either. Okay, but if there is a particular interest, for instance, like if you're a dancer and dancing is important to you, then you may want to say, well, I want this person to, go dancing with me, and that's an important hobby that I would like to, And also be open to the possibility that, when you go back into this list, I'm hearing review it several times. And then you're going to put like number 1 importance, number 2 importance, number 3. Give it like a 1, 2, 3 on each. So that the dancing thing, as a hypothetical example, could be like, well, I like to dance, but worst comes to worst, he doesn't like to dance, but he has all the other qualities. Then this is going to be like mediocre importance to me. 2nd place, 3rd place importance. Okay, and that will give you a clearer picture of the right person. When you can do that, you are going to, what you're doing is you're setting your intention out to the universe, and you're going to draw this person towards you. I'm not going to describe the person to you. I'm not going to ruin the surprise. Okay, that's not my job to do as far as physical appearance and that kind of thing. I'm not going to ruin the surprise, but I'm going to say that, you know, just be open to the possibility that this person may not be exactly the way you expect them to be. Does that make sense? And they will be so much better than you expect them to be. So much better than you expect them to be. Isn't that awesome? Don't forget, we're human. We are not fairy tale Disney princes and princesses. Yes, I keep saying that. We're not two-dimensional characters. We have depth to us. The person in your relationship is not going to come in to be perfect and just make you feel happy all the time. And you will feel happy for the most part. But the person coming into your relationship is also there, as in any relationship, to challenge you in order for you to grow. And I don't mean challenge you like pick a fight, but, you know, challenge you on your perspective sometimes and give you different points of views. And maybe they have certain different ways of doing things that at first, you know, you may not like or may get on your nerves, but then after a while you see, oh, you know, that just reflects the importance that I need to, you know, why does this matter so much to me? Does it really, really matter at the end of the day? You know, sometimes we have to be understanding of our significant others, and we have to be understanding that, you know, they are their own person with their own needs and wants. And that if you were to attract a two-dimensional character towards you, that might be nice at the beginning, but it's going to get very dull and dry because there will be no depth to that person. So yes, I encourage you to write a list and be honest with the important qualities in the person that you would like, staying away from the superficial. And if you do that, you give it an order of importance, 1, 2, 3. You're going to put your intention out to the universe, and you will be, and that intention will go out. The universe will say, received. Okay, great. I'm zoning in the other person. Oh, looks like they've also put an intention for someone like you. Great. There's a match aligned. And when the right time will come, you will meet. I'm hearing some of you want to know, when will I meet? I can do a quick timing for you. I don't like to do timing a lot of the times, but I'm hearing some of you want to know when. So I'm going to give you roughly. But don't quote me on this, and if it's not the exact timing, remember this is just a general reading, but... Oh. You're not meant to know timing. I'm sorry. 5 of Cups. All right. Walk away from that, you know, emotional attachment to, you know, when. Sorry, I'm sorry, dear. You're not meant to know the timing. Okay, and it's not my place to tell you. Just because someone has the ability to foresee things does not mean that they always have access, right? Don't forget, if I can see what I see or understand what I understand, it is because that is a gift that has been given to me. We can all do that to varying degrees by spirit, and spirit may allow me to have access to some information and not allow me to have access to other information. Okay, we are not gods and goddesses in the sense that we do not have, that would be very dangerous, right? To have this tremendous amount of power that you can, you know, think of how people would abuse that. So we have to remain humble and grounded yeah, I don't know if that's a message to you or not, but just to, you know, appreciate, just I have to remain humble and grounded. You have to remain humble and grounded. We all have to remain humble and grounded. But also know that, you know, just as you are not perfect yourself, there is no other person who is perfect either. But the person that is coming in, I promise you, when it is the time for them to come into your life, okay, they will be someone, I remind you, they will give you an inordinate amount of love that you will never even imagine possible, and it will be just immense and beautiful, and you'll have found your best friend and not just a partner. Not just an intimate romantic partner, but a best friend as well, which is absolutely gorgeous and absolutely lovely. I like your reading. I really hope that you derived a lot of positivity from it. While you're waiting, I would suggest, after you put out the intention for the person, focus on yourself, do other things, do things that make you happy. And by doing things that make you happy, you're going to raise your vibration, thus making you a more attractive match anyway to others, okay? The love starts with you, and you're already good at that. You're already good at taking care of yourself. So keep doing it. You will find them. They will come. It's not like they're not coming. I see that they are, but just let things ride out as they need to ride out. Ride the wave. Oh, pay attention to your dreams. Side note, you get, some of you get messages, intuitive messages in your dreams with the moon, dream, often associated with dreams. Also, you may be a Cancer and you may be drawing in a Cancer, but that's just a little side note. If that doesn't resonate, then let it slide, as this is a general reading. Okay, so don't know why. Just a last message before I sign off. I was gonna sign off, or not so much sign off, but turn the camera off. Watch out for some people who are two-faced. Okay. Use your intuition. You have good intuition if you pay attention to it. You just don't always do. You don't always pay attention to your intuition. So make sure that you tune in to that gut feeling that you get about people, and that will steer you very, very well in life. Pay attention to the way someone makes you feel, and make sure you are being your best self, your best authentic self, in order to attract a very authentic individual and very authentic love. All right. I'm wishing you much love. If my reading resonated with you and you liked it, it would be greatly appreciated if of course you can like, comment, share the video with friends, and subscribing to the channel is always super, super helpful. Otherwise, I just want to thank you for tuning in and watching the video, and I wish you a wonderful day. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Bye.